You put it down.
All right, welcome back to the And One Sports Podcast. This is Riley here with Blake, and we have free agency to cover, a lot of it. Tonight we are short-staffed with only 2 instead of 4. No Collins tonight due to church and other things, but let's get right into it. The first signing, what was the first signing?
It was J.J. Redick agreed to a 2-year deal, $26.5 million, and he's going to the Pelicans.
That was a crazy signing. I like him going to the Pelicans. Pelicans are going to be really good next year. Mark my word.
Yeah, especially with AD leaving, they kind of need somebody to kind of help him out with his loss. And J.J. Redick, he's a good shooter. And
you also got Zion, Lonzo, Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart. You got a team there. That is a fun team. And then your biggest one is, to start out the day, was Kemba Walker to the Celtics. 4-year deal, $141 million. I saw this coming. Everybody saw this coming 7 days in advance. Last week, y'all saw this coming. It's nothing new, but it's definitely crazy to see it actually happen. Like, you see that it's going to happen, and it doesn't hit you until it actually happens, and it's just like he left the Hornets.
Yeah, it's honestly a great pickup, especially when they're losing Kyrie, going to the Nets. And he's a great all-around player, and yeah, he basically is a Kyrie Irving kind of a little bit. Yeah.
MJ may be the goat at playing basketball, but Kemba kind of made it sound like he's not very good at being the owner, so that's why he left, because he wanted to compete. He straight up said it. He said he wants to compete for a title, and MJ wasn't getting him there, so he left.
The next one we have is Chris Middleton agreed to a 5-year, $178 million deal to return to the Bucks.
I saw this one coming. I thought Brogdon would come back too, though, but he went over to the Pacers, which was huge for the Pacers. But I really thought that Middleton would come back, or I knew Middleton was going to come back, but I thought I knew Brogdon was going to come back too, but can't be right on everything, I guess.
Yeah, this is him coming back. That's great for the Bucks because he's such a great player, especially playing with Giannis, and him being another piece to their puzzle of making the Bucks just such a great team.
And I don't think the Bucks actually go to the finals next year. With how strong the East is going to be next year, I don't see the Bucks going to the finals. I really don't. There's too many other teams that are better. The Sixers are better now.
The Nets are better.
The Nets are not next year, but the Nets will be better in 2 years. The Heat aren't going to be bad with Jimmy Butler, and there's huge rumors that they're going to get Bradley Beal. And those two together, I don't care who you are. You can argue with me all you want, but I will go Stephen A. Smith on you, saying that the Heat would probably be a Final Four in the East, an Elite 8 team, a Final 8 team in the playoffs. They would definitely make the second round. That is – some are actually saying, some ESPN analytics are saying that could be a better duo than LeBron and D-Wade. That's what they're saying. And I don't disagree. Justice Winslow at point guard. Harrison Barnes, this one kind of surprised me. $85 million for 4 years to stay with the Kings. He's not worth that much. Iowa native. He went to Ames, watched him at state basketball, and Marcus Page and all them others, Doug McDermott. He's not worth $85 million. What is that, 21.3 a year? That's crazy. That's almost a max deal for a mid-tier player.
Especially, he's kind of getting to the age too, where he's getting a little bit older and not producing as much of what he used to, especially when he was back in his prime. And honestly, I don't think $85 million is a lot. Maybe not a lot too much, but a little bit too much. But yeah, I guess the Kings, and anyway, the Barnes would stay with the Kings, I guess.
Oh, yes. This one kind of shocked me here. Derrick Rose to the Pistons. Where's this deal? 2 year, 15 mil. Only 15 mil. That's 7.5 a year for Derrick Rose. I can tell you this much. As a partial Suns fan, I can guarantee they would have offered him dang near max. Like, D Rose isn't what he used to be, but did you not watch him last year? He's not 7.5 mil.
He looked like his old self there last year.
Yeah, he had times.
He's doing really good. And yeah, they should have offered him way more money than what he's getting.
But you can never know with injury prone. I don't like calling him that because I actually really like Derrick Rose. But you never know with an injury prone player whether you want to pay him the big bucks or not. But apparently he did not like the Timberwolves.
Alrighty, next we have Jonas Valanciunas. He agreed to a 3-year deal, $45 million, and returning to the Grizzlies.
I saw this one coming. I don't know why he would leave. Grizzlies aren't going to be – no, never mind. They're going to be terrible next year.
Mm-hmm.
Who'd they get instead of Conley? They lost Conley, but they got –
They got
it's a point guard. I don't know. We'll probably see it later.
We'll see it. Yeah, we'll see it later.
But the Sixers actually had discussions. No, I'm not going to read that. I don't even know where I'm going with that one. But Gerald Green is going to the Rockets for a 1-year deal. I wish he would have gone to the Lakers. Him and Danny Green, they are both animals at shooting threes. Honestly, they're so good at shooting threes, and I wish they would have stayed.
Terrence Ross he agreed to a 4-year deal, 4-year, $54 million deal, and returning to the Magic.
That's not a bad. That's about 11. No, that's about 13. That's a good contract for him. I don't have much to say about this one because it's not a big bang right in your face, you know.
He's still a good player, and I say
sure.
I pay him that much just to keep him too.
Right, for sure. And then we'll go right here. Danny Green is waiting on Kawhi Leonard's decision before making his commitment. It sounds like he's a major target for the Dallas Mavericks, but it sounds like he could stay at Toronto if Kawhi does. Because I know I'd say there if Kawhi stayed. That's just me. Maybe I'm different. The Pacers got Jeremy Lamb. I actually like that one a lot. I'm sort of a Pacers fan. I root them on because of their colors, and I love Depot. And he's a pretty good backup, although I suck with him on 2K, but hey, he's better in person.
Kristaps Porzingis, he agreed to a 5-year, $158 max deal with the Mavericks.
What do you think of that?
I don't know if I'd sign him to a 5-year max deal, especially with what recently just happened.
Yeah, two things went down with the police with him. The major one was the rape situation when he was back in the Knicks. I was surprised on how fast they signed him. Day one, I would have signed him maybe day 3. Then I would have maybe signed him, but day 1 was a little fast to sign someone who's coming out of a lot of drama out of the police station. But bravo to him, keeping him with Luka, and they have one other person. I'm not sure.
Seth Curry just signed.
Seth Curry, yeah, he just signed there too.
Resigned too.
They're not going to be a bad team. They're just not going to be a good team, I guess.
Riley's favorite right here, Ricky Rubio, agreed to a 3-year, $51 million deal with the Phoenix Suns.
You know, I hate Ricky Rubio before yesterday. Now I don't mind him. Kind of get respect for him. He looks pretty cool. He's not a bad player, and he's going to fit in with the Suns really well. It's a good fit for him.
Next one we got is Tobias Harris agreed to a 5-year, $180 million contract with the 76ers.
Not surprised.
Not surprised. Especially because he played on the Clippers a little bit of last year, and then he eventually got traded. But it didn't matter where he went. He played his game, and
he's loyal.
He's loyal. He's just a great player, and I don't know why you wouldn't want him on your team.
Exactly. Stephen A. Smith, if you're out there listening, I highly doubt it, but if you are, this one's going to tickle you a little bit. Julius Randle to the Knicks for a 3-year, $63 million. The reason I said Stephen A. Smith is because the Knicks were supposed to get Zion, number 1 in the draft. They didn't get it through the lottery. They were supposed to get KD. They were supposed to get Kyrie. They were supposed to get Kawhi. They didn't get anything. And now they're stuck with some mediocre players. They don't got a bad team. They got RJ Barrett, but RJ's like a 3-year. He's 3 years away from being a prime player. 3 to 5 years. They're not going to be good for a while. And they just lost major free agents and
they lost DeAndre Jordan too.
Yeah.
There goes their big. They didn't get Porzingis back.
This was their year to make the most noise, to get Zion, to get KD, and to get Kyrie. They struck out all 3. Batters out. They're going to be terrible for the next 5 years because what other free agent is really looking at the Knicks next year? I don't know who's all the free agents next year, but not 100% sure, and we'll tune into that later. But it's just crazy how they struck out so much. For all of you Knicks fans, if you're still alive and if you're still hanging in there, kudos to you. You impress me. I guess we should have probably started with this one. The main one of the night, the Brooklyn Nets signed
Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving.
And DeAndre Jordan. Not next year. They're not going to be that good next year. 2 years.
2 years are going to be really, really good.
Top 3 in the East. They'll make the playoffs next year, but nothing special.
Yeah, and Kyrie and Kevin both didn't take the max deals either, so they can have room to get DeAndre Jordan.
Yep, just like what the Heat did back in the day. Bring in Bosh. D-Wade and KD took some pay cuts, and it worked. So, let's see. Derek Favors is closing in on an agreement with the Pelicans. Pelicans just keep adding people left and right. Yeah. And then Trailblazers got Mario Hezonja, which is not a bad one. And then this one was really confusing. The 76ers traded Jimmy Butler to the Miami Heat. Major trade. But the Mavericks were the 3rd team, and they initially wanted Goran Dragic. The Heat said, never mind, we're pulling away on that one. So they said, all right, give us Kelly Olynyk and Derrick Jones Jr. And the Heat were like, okay. 5 minutes later, wait, we want Derrick Jones Jr. because he's a fan favorite. Everybody around the league loves him, and he's a high flyer. He's a stud. And they're like, never mind, we can't get rid of him. So,
especially if you watch him in person. I watched him at first game. Holy moly.
But the Heat did get it to go through. It was a 4-team trade. They got rid of Whiteside, too, on it, and Josh Richardson. And the Heat are going to be good next year. Like I said earlier, they got major rumors with Bradley Beal. That would be crazy. Don't care who you are. That'd be insane.
And here's another big one that happened last night. The Golden State Warriors and the Nets both agreed on a sign-and trade, sending D'Lo to the Warriors on a 4-year, $117 million maximum contract. Oof.
You like that?
Well, considering the Nets now have Kyrie, and he said if they got Kyrie, he was leaving,
but wait,
he's going to the Warriors, and I think he's pretty happy with that.
Rumor has it is they're using him for trade bait to clear up cap space. They signed him, so the Knicks can get him, the Suns can get him, this team can get him, that team, and that team. Everybody wanted D'Lo if Kyrie came, and the Warriors were like, you know what, we'll take him. That kind of shocked me. I saw it on my phone. I was like, what the heck? But then 10 minutes later, I saw that they're using him for trade bait, and I was like, okay. But I can see him staying around. Steph Curry, D'Lo at shooting guard, and then Klay Thompson at small forward. Really, that's not a bad starting 3 right there. And then
You got
Draymond
Boogie Cousins at center, Draymond power
Yep.
forward.
right there.
That's a good team right
That's
there.
actually a Final Four team.
Honestly, I think they'll wait a little bit.
I don't even know if
before
they're going to trade him. I wouldn't.
I think they'll wait a couple weeks and be like, "Oh, he's actually really good. I guess we'll keep him."
Right. They got to keep him, but that's a big contract, and I don't know what they're going to do with Boogie now. He is still a free agent.
And here's another Warriors one. Andre Iguodala
This one got me hard.
He went to the Grizzlies along with a protected first-round pick.
And 2 second-round picks.
Wow.
This one slapped me in the face. I saw it on my phone. I was like, Iguodala's leaving. Finals MVP, one of the hardest playing players on that team, except for Draymond. Those two are like the glue on that team. You don't make that type of team without those two hard-working defensive players. They don't need the ball on offense. But with the Memphis Grizzlies being so terrible next year, I hate this. I really hate this because now Iguodala, he wanted to retire after this year. They would have. He said if they won the championship, he was probably retiring, maybe one more year. But now he's just on a shitty team, and his career's down.
Yeah.
Here's your Clippers.
Actually, we'll start with this one. With the Nuggets agreed to a 5-year, $170 million extension with Jamal Murray.
I saw it coming. You can't get rid of Jamal. He's one of the best point guards in the league. He's staying.
He's probably one of the best ones on the team, so I don't know why you want to get rid of him.
Right. He's a stud.
Okay, now here's my favorite one. The LA Clippers re-signed Patrick Beverley to a 3-year, $40 million deal. I was very happy when I saw this because I heard rumors about him maybe going to the Lakers or something like that, and I would have been like, "Oh, well, he's going to the Lakers. Shoot." But he ended up staying, and I'm very happy with it because he's one of the best defenders on the team.
Gets in people's head.
He gets in people's head. Ask Katie.
Right.
Like he'll get in there really easily. He doesn't look like he has to try, and I'm just overall happy with it. He's a great player. He can score. He can defend, and that's basically all the Clippers want is a person like that.
Right. This is a pretty decent sized one. Wayne Ellington to the Knicks for 2 years, $16 million. It's not a bad one. I kind of like it. Wayne Ellington has upside. They just need to work with him. And then the Miami Heat have agreed to trade Hassan Whiteside to the Portland Trailblazers for Mo Harkless and Myers Leonard. I love this trade. As Blake. I hate Dragic and Whiteside, so I love this trade. And it really helps out both teams, to be honest.
Yeah. Actually, that one was that 40.
Yeah, it was part of it, but that's it comes up here.
Yeah.
They combine.
Oh, you skipped over Seth Curry signed a 4-year, $32 million deal with the Mavericks. I didn't say how much. We didn't really talk about it. We said, yeah.
See, Golden State Warriors and the Brooklyn Nets are on course to complete the sign and trade that will deliver All-Star. Wow. I'm stupid. I read that wrong. That is my bad, guys. Sounds like D'Lo staying. That'd be cool. Ernest Cantor is going to the Celtics. I love this 100% because he said, where was he at? He was on the Blazers. He said the Blazers didn't even offer him a deal. Or no, they gave him 6 minutes to decide. They gave him 6 minutes to decide if he's staying at the Trailblazers or moving on. So he said, you know what? I'm moving on. So
I moved on. Especially, he gets to go play with Kemba Walker now because Al Horford left. And he's the big man on the team.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, it'd be a great fit for him, especially with all the younger talent on the Celtics.
Yeah. Wesley Matthews.
This one came in this afternoon. The Knicks signed Alfred Payton to a 2-year, $16 million contract. It's probably a good pickup for them. I mean, he's not that terrible, but he's not the greatest.
Right.
And it's probably a good pickup for him instead of waiting since they missed out on Kyrie, Katie, most likely they're gonna miss out Kawhi, so they better just start picking up some people.
Yeah,
And
spend that money
it
somehow.
was a good pickup for them.
We start flying through it. We have slow pitch to get to tonight. That's why I keep looking at my phone, see if it's canceled. As it is raining outside, unfortunately. But are there any really main ones? Oh, Jimmy Butler. They officially made it happen with the Trailblazers, the Clippers, and the 76ers. That just happened at 5:27 today. But other than that, there's really nothing else. The main ones that are still coming, and we will have a small podcast. We're going to have just a regular video, no podcast, but for Kawhi Leonard, wherever he goes, because if he goes to the Clippers, Blake's going to scream. But if he goes to the Lakers, I'm going to be kind of pissed because that's too good of a team. But I kind of hope he goes to the Clippers. It'll be a fun year in the NBA next year.
Either I want him to come to Clippers or stay in Toronto.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't want him going anywhere else.
I want for super teams from now on. I want 2 All-Stars and then the rest role players. 3 All-Stars, getting too much, man. It gets boring. Ask the Warriors, the Heat. Nobody liked it when the Heat were. So
and then
2 All-Stars,
and then if you
can
even
fill
in around them.
You can even the playing field around the NBA. And now next year there is literally like 15 teams that can actually make a run for it. But there's only going to be like 5 teams that are actually going to 100% be there to contend. So next year, I'm excited.
And if you get more than 2, then it starts causing problems.
Right.
Just because you can just look at the Warriors, KD and Draymond. They kind of got into it a little bit, and then they end up not winning the finals due to injuries. But once you get more than 2 or 3 of them, then it's just a little too much, and people start getting mad, and you just don't get on the same page.
Right. Too much talent there.
Yeah.
Not enough ball. But anyways, as usual, go down there and comment. You'll like and subscribe. Turn on notifications so you know when we go live, because we usually go live. You guys know that. And you will be notified when we go live if you turn it on. But
click that bell icon.
Yeah, absolutely. But comment below what you guys want us to change. Is there anything different that you guys want us to do? Any sports that you guys want us to talk about? What should we talk about? We're just getting started. So subscribers are rising. So be a part of it. And also, by the way, the merch is here. And the first merch drop has officially shipped. And I'm wearing it. And I'm wearing it tonight to Slow Pitch. 100%. I love it. It's a soft, honestly. I'm not going to lie. It's so soft. The sweatshirt is super soft.
You can wear that even in the winter time. You don't even need a jacket, probably. It's really warm.
It's really warm. And then they turned out really nice. I mean, high quality, actually. High quality. So kind of surprisingly. It was my first merch drop, so we didn't know what was going on. And it was fantastic. Thank you to the 6 buyers out there. Thanks for supporting us. And I definitely have more people commenting on the picture I just posted on my Snapchat, and there are more people interested in buying this and repping the merch.
We'll have some more coming soon.
Absolutely. We're dropping 2 new designs, 1 from me, 1 from Blake, 2 new designs, and it's going to be crazy. But the merch, I forgot what I was going to say earlier, but no, for real, get your merch. It does run small, though. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It runs a little small. I got a medium arm, and as you can tell, it barely fits. But it's still comfortable, very comfortable. This one is very comfortable, and we are dropping them. So just remember, they are a little small, so plan accordingly, unless you like tight shirts. But anyways, this has been the And One Sports Podcast, bringing you NBA action for free agency, and we will be back next 3 days, I'm sure, with Kawhi's decision. But anyways, thanks for supporting us, and see you next time.
Peace.
Peace out.